Hey, this is Travis Computer Guy again. Today I wanted to talk about, kind of when you call me, I can't really diagnose your problem over the phone, and people want to know, like, what is the price going to be? What is the price going to be? And I can't give you an exact price over the phone. I can give you an idea. I'll explain about, because I had a lady call me earlier, and she was like, if it's going to be over $200, I just want to know up front if that's what it's going to be. you know, my flat rate pricing, $75 for virus removal. She called. She was like, "Yeah, I think my daughter's got a virus on her laptop, and I just wanted to know what the price was going to be." She didn't have really too much. I'm trying to get more information out of her so I can kind of understand it a little bit more, and then I can probably give you a better quote over the phone. But virus removal is just $75. So I told her that. And she said it was running slow, and I was like, you possibly could have a bad hard drive too. Bring it in, I'll do an assessment, do a hard drive health test, check the charger, make sure that's still working right. Other than that, I can't really, until I tell you if there's any more problems, till I truly dig into it. So she was like, yeah, if it's going to be over $200, I don't want to get it fixed. And I said, the only way to be $200, the thing's still functioning, it's running slow. A hard drive's probably 50, 60 bucks. You need a motherboard. I mean, that's the only thing I can see it being more. And there has been times, because this virus removal I do really stresses the computer. I take my air compressor and I clean it out before I do all that, because it heats it up. And if, like, the video chip was about to fail, and me stressing it, the hard drive and the processing, pretty much to its limits, that's going to cause that to fail too. So I clean it out first, get it nice and clean, running cool, then I can do my virus removal. But the point being, what I was explaining to her is, I got a max price of 100. No matter what I have to do on a computer, so max price labor is 100. She needs to be comfortable with $75, so I can't just go in there, remove a virus, because my partial virus removes a lot. And, sure, it doesn't truly delete all the real deep down ones, but I can get it running to a point where it's running nice. Sure, there could be a little few leftover adware things, spyware things, them ain't really doing damage to your computer. The malware is the thing that you need to be worried about. So I explained to her, and on some of these other repairs, people want quotes and this and that. DC jack repair, the laptop won't turn on. When I start getting into some of these things, I actually might repair the computer. So off the bat, I explained to them, you got to be comfortable with the $75, or DC jack repairs $85. Max combo replace 100. So you're never gonna pay over 100 for my labor, other than a trip charge. Say I gotta come out to your office, your business, your home, virus removal, $75 plus a $25 trip charge. I gotta install something else, and then I'll do the max price thing. That's for combo repairs. That's if I have to do multiple things on the computer. Let me get my pricing up here again so I go to the list a little bit. But so you got to be comfortable with what I'm telling you. But when you do bring it in, and I start running, a lot of these tests, the first assessment test can really give me an idea of what's going on. I can give you a better idea of what's going on. But until I truly get into it deep. Other problems can arise while they're in my care. A lot of stress tests, like I was explaining, can cause, if things are on the point of already about to fail, can fail. I explained that all in my disclaimer form. So my max combo price, some other, hardware installs, like you need to install some memory, power supply, new video card that you wanted, I just charged $30, hardware install. Password removals, $50. keyboard replacement 40. Macs are a little bit different because they're so hard to get apart. I mean, they're not hard to get apart, but the labor and time taken to get to the keyboard on them is a little bit longer and harder. So I charge $75 for that keyboard replacement on that. So a lot of the problems I do see with Macs are people spilling on them. You know, $2,500 laptop, $2,000, $1,500. You know, and you got your pop coffee or whatever sitting right next to it, and you bump it. Oops! Oh, there it goes. There goes your keyboard, and it possibly could short out your whole laptop. But I have good luck of repairing water damage. What I call it is the glaze and bake. So I mean, I take the whole board apart, or the whole computer apart, and get the board out, and just totally scrub it down. You know, I'm pretty much glazing it. You know, and that's kind of some of the other things I do with the glaze is using flux and some of the components, you know, heating them up and trying to get the solder points to reconnect. And when you do spill on a laptop like that and you let it, you know, water and electronics don't mix. So if it didn't totally short it out, and some of them laptops are good where they'll have channels and it'll kind of try to channel the water when it hits in there. It'll try to channel it off to the sides or something so it doesn't touch the board. Sometimes it does get in there. And this HP Beats Audio 17-inch laptop, she just paid, I think she said she paid $1,200 for it, and it was a nice laptop. So her son spilt on it once 6 months ago, and then spilt on it probably a month ago, but they were still using it. And then finally, boom, it just went black. And then, you know, she was real hard on the laptop too, and there was a line through the screen. Keyboard was totally shot. She was using an external. I was like, bring it in. Don't use it anymore. You already told me you spilt on it twice. So bring it in. I'll take it apart and I'll look at what's in there. And then, sure enough, as soon as I pull it apart, it's like salt water in metal. It's gonna rust it. That's the way I look at it. And then you can see in there the water and stuff starts corroding some of the capacitors and components on the board. You know, kind of being like a greenish, you know, corrosion in there. And then, you know, that's when it just shorts and shorten it out, and it doesn't start anymore. So I performed that procedure on it. I performed the procedure on it, and I've done this a lot, water damage, and I got good success with it. So start scrubbing it, boom, heat it up, took the air compressor, get all the excess water off it. People think that I can have a board totally washed and dried within 20 minutes. And I'll put it right back in and test it. And people think you're probably going to take a lot longer. I know some people use dehydrators overnight. I don't need that. I can have that thing back and dried within 20 minutes, and then I can already know. That's a lot of the problems with Macs. Keyboards on the Macs, they got like layers. It's layered through, kind of filters out, so it kind of then you try to wash them and they just don't recover. Or some of them do if you get the layers apart. If you get the layers apart and then clean it, and then your Mac keyboard can actually recover. PCs, I've only seen one recovered. Them are just too enclosed. You can't pull them apart. When the water gets in there on a PC, I've only seen one recover in the whole time I've done this. So on a PC, definitely be prepared to buy another keyboard. 30, 40 bucks, 20 bucks, you never know, depending on the model. Macs, possibly. That's all I can say about a Mac, possibly. And Mac keyboards are a little bit more expensive. Sometimes you might have to buy the whole case, or sometimes, man, Mac's got like hundreds of little teeny screws underneath. Oh, and them are a pain. That's why I charge so much. The normal $75 to replace them or change them out. GPU reflows that glaze and bake are $100. Charge $100 for them. That's kind of because then we're a little bit more extensive, as I was saying and explaining. You know, I do web design. There's some of the, I should post on my website some links right underneath the pricing for the website design. Some of the sites I've built for people, you know, chiropractic, lady does accounting or bookkeeping. I've done hers, done a couple of more, done my own. The one, if you see my website, I've done that. I've done that one by myself. You know, my other videos talking about the maintenance programs, they were an awesome deal. Preventative maintenance. Other than that, I see pretty much nothing else. The whole point of this video I was making is I can't give you a true diagnosis over the phone. I'm telling you the truth. You can go to different places and they can give you a diagnostic of this and this and this. But me, what I want you to do is bring it to me so I can give you the real diagnosis. Some of them could be right and some of them could be wrong. I've seen it multiple times. But I'm here to give you the real diagnostic. I didn't name my company No Nonsense PC Repair for nothing. And you know, if you're into me for the max combo repair, like some of these DC jack repairs and stuff I was doing, they don't take me that long to do, so I kind of feel bad. So I was like, man, I just charged them this much, you know, and it only took me 20 minutes. I had one Toshiba last night. The jack got pushed, you know, power cord, whatever, and it plugs into there, and then the jack was still intact, and it was like plastic behind it. It was just sitting in the plastic carrier, so to speak, and then they just pushed it, and now it's dangling in there. But the jack was still intact. So what I do is I take some hot glue, put it back into place, and encase it in hot glue so they would never have that problem again. And the Toshiba laptops, I can get them apart in 10 minutes. When I'm starting, I'm already heating up the hot glue, and then boom, 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 20 minutes, I was done. Called the guy back. He was like, wow. I'm like totally amazed. What he said, what kind of made me like, wow, I've never heard that before. I mean, I do good work, and this is just what I've been doing all the time. And he was like, you know, he called all these other places, and they were telling him it was going to be 110, 150, 189.99, you know, and then you were 85. Well, I told him, like, you know, I work from home here, so I don't have all this other, you know, we're talking about that, how they got all the stuff they got to pay and this and that. I just got to pay this. He was, the word he said was, it sounded too good to be true. And I was like, no, this is not. And I explained to him, you know, that stuff we were talking about. Like, I don't have to pay all these, you know, I just got to pay. Well, if I was working at a shop, I'd have to pay all that stuff and all that stuff. And then on top of that, pay all the stuff here. You know, my rent, my lights, my gas, everything. But now it's all in here. And I mean, you can just kind of take a look. Try to be as shaky as, I don't want to be too shaky with it. I mean, I got all the equipment here. You know, my desktop station to work on a couple desktops at a time. My soldering station. You know, my desoldering gun. All this, I got everything here. You know, I got my air compressor there. All my CDs. You know, a couple laptops up there to sell. My hot air gun. You know, glue gun. You know, a lot of testing tools. I got everything I need right here to work on your laptop, your desktop, everything. Everything I need. I don't need nothing else. Parts, you know, sometimes we have to order some parts. I usually don't order parts for people, so I'll just like send you a link and you can just have it shipped here. Or I can get a lot of parts locally too. I got a guy that's got a shop over in West St. Paul, and I've been working with him for 5 years. Eddie, great guy. He's got a shop over there too. He's just got parts galore. So I can get a lot of parts local, and that reduces the turnaround, or that reduces well, whatever. The turnaround time is short. Typically, a turnaround time with me is probably about a day. if I have to order parts. Most repairs for me, hour, 2 hours, except for that Toshiba laptop, 20 minutes. But if I'm sitting here waiting for parts, that's the when I truly get to it, hour, 2 hours, I can get it done. So and then I really don't have. I mean, I do have a lot of computers to work on. I got 6 more desktops downstairs to work on. I'm not. Last night I was up, or 2 nights ago I was up till 12:30. I started on a lot of the stuff I had to do was just click, let it run, do Windows updates, this and that. But I was up till 12:30 because I told the guy I'd get it back to him in the morning. So I texted him that night. He was like, "Oh, that was so sweet, waking up to your text." He's like, "Man, that's what I'm talking about, service right there. I could see." I told him I just got it done. You can come over in the morning. And he was like, "Oh, you were working till 12:30 on that thing?" I was like, "Yeah, I just knock them out. I get them done." I hope that explains a little bit about me and how I work. What you can understand about me, and then what's to come when you talk to me on the phone. Other than that, I don't want to drag this on too long. Hopefully it was a good video for you, and you can understand a little bit more about behind the scenes what you're going to be seeing and what you're going to be hearing and all this. Thank you.